Alright, so we've beaten Thomas Was Alone, but there's a DLC chapter called Benjamin's Flight that we are able to access from the scenario select screen. I think it's chapter 10, the one that says target. Thanks, Prop. Long before Thomas, there were other AIs. They were prototypes, tests. We were shocked when one amongst thousands developed a powerful trait. Hope.
Benjamin and his father climbed between the rocks. If they moved fast enough, they could probably see the fountain before darkness fell. Benjamin had brought sandwiches especially. They had no crusts. Benjamin's father insisted on that. They were meticulously crafted, packed away in neat boxes. For as many cycles as he could remember, Benjamin had made the climb with his father. Every time, the glow felt closer, more tangible. Benjamin hoped that one day he'd be able to reach out and touch it.
Can work there. Cool. This is a cool game. I'm glad to be playing it again. Celebration of design space. Go. One 1,831 cycles later. Am I particularly slow with puzzle games compared to other
Benjamin
streamers,
ran.
Propagable?
His father had sent word that it was ready, that it was actually done. There had been a few misfires. Benjamin had seen the rectangle who'd tested Mark 26. More of a trapezium now.
No! Giving death penalty, lack thereof, death penalty. Fair enough. Stacy button, power jetpack.
The jetpack was glorious.
Oh, that's cool.
Benjamin's father motioned to the switches
Design
he'd made,
space.
told him to fly to them. Slowly, though.
Does this game have a level editor? I feel like this would benefit a lot from user levels. There's so many different ways
Benjamin
you can play
ignored
around
him,
with
of course,
powers. in
hitting the
this game.
sequence as quickly as possible. He was dying to test this out properly, to fly to the fountain.
I wonder if that dialogue changes depending on how quickly you're solving this. I see.
Just a quick flight up to the fountain. Benjamin was sure his father wouldn't mind. The locked
It's
doors
an
were
operation
a
level.
precaution. The spike walls, a friendly reminder to be aware of his surroundings. That combination lock on the jetpack had, after all, been exceptionally easy to guess.
That's too bad. Pretty good game for it. Cool.
Anna.
How's the
was
audio
done.
balance in this game, by the way? It sounds really quiet to my ear.
The fountain had sounded like a great idea when she started. An adventure. And more importantly, it was an adventure she could have alone.
That's more difficult than I was expecting. I think that's the way I'm supposed to go. Maybe. Cool, thank you.
But she hadn't been alone.
Later, Game Saucer.
And
Just hanging out. Catch you next time.
they had seen her.
Who's they? Cool, long, not difficult segment. Just make sure you hear the voice acting. Benjamin.
Benjamin was getting good at this. He could fly. It was important to stay focused, though. He had a fountain to get to. Get to the fountain, touch it, get home for dinner. His father wouldn't even notice he'd gone anywhere.
This is not going to end well for poor Benjamin. This is a prequel, right? How it opens saying it was before Thomas. What else is
The
she gonna have
rectangle
to do?
seemed remarkably unimpressed by Benjamin's jetpack. She didn't even ask about it.
Gonna fly on
She
me,
just
probably.
Kept looking up and muttering about clouds. Initially slighted, Benjamin decided that this was a passing disinterest and she'd come round eventually.
Whee. Whee. He's willing to ride on the jetpack.
Anna tried to talk the obnoxiously single-minded Square out of his plan. She should have left him, taken the next portal home and forgotten about that big spluttering machine he kept motioning at heroically.
Narratively stronger, but mechanically weaker. The jetpack introducing more delicate finger tapping. Yeah, that's fair enough. Agree with that.
They were halfway to the fountain.
Whoa!
It occurred to Benjamin that his father would have become aware of his absence by now. Benjamin hoped
Getting
he'd be
those
forgiven. You know,
Mario
the
Maker
folly of youth. Father had worked so hard on
operation levels. Can she float on water? Nope. You cannot.
Anna tried again. She told Benjamin about the blinding light of the fountain, of the clouds which had defended it. She begged him not to carry on.
You know those clouds
He
are
laughed
bad.
it off. He wasn't afraid of clouds, so however pixelated they were, he could fly above them or swoop to avoid them.
You should be.
He scared her.
I like that Benjamin doesn't start with the jetpack ability. Oh, is that a bummer? What's bad about that? I feel like they wouldn't put out another Persona game for another like 10 years anyway, right?
Sarah was awed by the square.
Double jumping.
Its voice boomed, raised above the roar of the jetpack. You don't happen to have any sandwiches, do you?
Jump. Like how it's the same machine here, but the difficulties are very different depending on which character you're going through it with. Aww. Go, 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 go. Hey, there we go. that not count as a checkpoint? You switch between all of them to make sure that we got the checkpoint here. Now, is it unique to Benjamin that he's able to carry people on top of him while jumping? I feel like most characters aren't allowed to jump
Benjamin
while having
liked the
something
little
on top
purple
of them.
fangirl. She was kind of cute. And she seemed really impressed with his jetpack.
It would be cool if that's all it could do.
This was how Anna should have
and
been
didn't
looking at
also
him
have
all
a
this
jetpack.
time. But no, she was pure naysaying. She did understand the dream he had, the importance of what he was doing.
Aww.
That
Unrequited
double
love.
jump was cool too.
Damn right the double jump is cool. Well, that sucks. Not that far back, though. This sucks. There we go. Well, you've been able to put people on top of other people, but I don't think you could jump while they're on top of you. I think that's one of the big important changes with Benjamin.
The Fountain of Knowledge sounded fantastic. Benjamin hadn't told her what it was, really. She suspected, but he didn't know. He ploughed off ahead while she jumped behind him,
that?
helping the increasingly resigned Anna. Sarah suspected Anna had no faith in Benjamin. She was scared. Ha! She had not the faith to believe in their leader. Sarah found herself thinking more epic.
Oh, every hero, so I need to slow down if the dialogue's going during a level there. That's a cool way to orient a level, using these basic shapes. Can't fit in there right now. Probably go this way though.
Anna was definitely done this time. She had tried. The self-aggrandizing square and the purple orator were never going to listen.
She
She
closes
locked the
herself
door
out
behind
when that
herself.
happens.
She would
That's
stay
cool.
here where it was safe. She could wait a few cycles. Who knew? Maybe this would be enough. She was done with adventure. And she had no idea what sandwiches even were.
Whoa, that's pretty gnarly. I do still get access to Benjamin in this level.
Benjamin carried her even higher. He swore the fountain was close, that soon she would see him touch it. He said it would reveal great things. She hoped he might share some of them with her.
This is gonna end
Sarah
badly.
laughed, but she had no fear now. The doubter, Anna, had hidden away.
Oh no! Hopefully she's not all alone forever. Finally! Interesting. So another switch on the far bottom. Storytelling level right here. It's
The
clever.
world surrounding the fountain was brighter than the rest. Light seemed to engulf the space around it, pouring into the chambers. Benjamin was close. The jetpack was working. Benjamin thought of his father again. He thought about how proud the big square would be of what he'd accomplished.
I think there's multiple switches to contend with on the way up. Eventually release the purple one. Oh, she was in the main game? I did forget that. I know that there was a double jump character who was purple, but I didn't remember it being a tiny character. I thought she was really tall.
Sarah knew she could not follow Benjamin any further. She would wait here. He would return soon enough.
It's not soon enough.
He would
tell her everything, is what it said.
It shone before him, its light reverberating off the walls percussively. It was awesome. It was everything he had hoped.
Yeah, this is a long hallway too.
Sandwiches didn't matter anymore. Cute purple fangirls didn't matter anymore. It was only Benjamin and the fountain. The light engulfed Benjamin. He couldn't...
Tall one was one that could jump high. When did Sarah show up? Was it fairly late in the game? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't remember that. That's awesome. This is the only bit of DLC they put out for this game, right? I wonder what compelled them to do it. It's late in the game. Okay. Basically a maze. She was the final member. Probably up and then
Benjamin
left, right?
Was blind.
Why?
He had seen shadows, bright lights, data in innumerable and unimaginable combinations. And then it had gone. He wasn't ready. He sat. There was nothing else to do. He'd try and find his way home tomorrow.
I do like the way this game uses simple, like, maze design to tell a story. The design of this level is relevant to the text we just heard. It wasn't random. I feel like this DLC is doing that a lot better. Like the narration in the original Thomas Was Alone was cool, but it was rarely connected to the design of the level. Blocking somebody up was pretty neat earlier.
Sarah fell. Benjamin was stuck up there. She had no idea if she'd ever see him again.
Cool.
The fountain had destroyed everything. It had unleashed the clouds. It had blinded Benjamin.
For a second I thought this level was repeating.
Sarah swore she would see it again. She'd get back to it. She would know what it was and what it contained.
Interesting, and that's the end. And that carries over into when you meet her and she talks about the fountain. Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing the fact that she was in the original and talked about it, because I didn't remember that, and I would have been very confused by that DLC otherwise. Level design was cool, though, and I liked the better connection between the narration and what you were doing in it. We'll spin up Narbacular Drop here in a second. I might have some trouble with that game, so it's a DigiPen game from 2005. It's the game that inspired Portal. In fact, Valve liked it so much that they hired the people who made it so they could make Portal, like they did with the Tag the Power of Paint devs for Portal 2. But my computer runs it way too fast, and I found a way to get it to run at normal speed, but it requires a bunch of shenanigans. And if I Alt-Tab out of the game, it crashes. So the hope is that we'll be able to play it, and it won't crash at all. But we'll see how that plays out. Give me a sec to set that up here. Sarah speaks fountain and wonders if she'll see the curves the blind square talked about. Right. There's no curves. That's cool. They filled in that context from the main game, where it just seems like it's random at the time. I wonder if they were planning on doing this from the beginning, or they just had it as random text for it they started to fill out later. This would be a cool game to get developer commentary on, right? I was gonna let the credit music play out, but it might start repeating, so back here. Yeah, I think it's repeating. That was really cool though. Alright, be back with my back to the drop in a sec.